Welcome back to Caught Lookin. This week we're letting them know and talking Cavs. I'm here with Sarah Kels, and we have a special guest joining us tonight, Gabb Goudy. Yay!
Woo!
Woo!
Yeah.
Gabb is a Cleveland sports content creator, co-host of the Carlos Baerga Show, and FanDuel spokesperson. She's here to chat with us about the upcoming Cavs season, and we also have a little bit of Guards news from this past week that we're going to chat about. So let's get into it. So first things first, Guards news, since that's a little bit just a note. Like rose and a thorn, I suppose, or we could call it a home run and a strikeout, I think. So our strikeout is unfortunately our coach Kai Correa has been hired by the Mets, which is a huge bummer because he has been a kind of hidden gem among our coaching staff, I feel like. So we're super excited for him. He's going to be their bench coach, but that's also a bummer. So something to look forward to in the offseason to see who's going to fill his role. And then, of course, our home run, at least my home run, Austin Hedges is back for one more year.
Until the end of time. We'll keep
4 million
re-signing
every year.
him.
4 million
Yes.
every single year. And it's fine. It's fine. He's great. He's
Yeah.
obviously beloved in that clubhouse, beloved by me and many others. Um, so yeah, we're excited to have him back. He sounds super excited to be back. He did a interview recently, like right after the signing was announced. I know it's on Twitter and YouTube. Um, but we're all excited to have him back. I'm especially excited to have him back. I think that's all the Guards news we had this week.
We have some Gold Glove nominees too,
Oh,
don't
yes,
forget.
I keep forgetting about the Gold Glove nominees. Big surprise, Daniel Schneemann for utility.
That was surprising for sure. Very happy for
I'm
him.
so happy for that guy. Oh my gosh, just the way he came up in the system. I didn't even know who he was, I think, at the start of the season. And now he's a Gold
Right.
Glove finalist. I mean, that's amazing.
Let his career off with a hit, his first at bat, even better. And he does
Yes.
whatever like they ask him to do. You ask him to be in the outfield, he goes. If you probably asked him to catch, he probably would do it
I
too.
was gonna say
He
he would probably
probably
play catch
would.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. It's like the dartboard that Stephen Vogt throws a dart at that determines his position every game. He could get a Gold Glove in any single one,
Yeah.
probably.
The funniest one was Carlos Santana. I don't
Ugh.
actually understand how that works, like
I mean,
why he got it for
I
us.
guess he played the most
Yeah.
of the season as a Guardian and played the
Yeah.
majority of his
Yeah.
games as
It
a
just
first
was funny.
baseman.
It's like
Yeah, no, I
Guardians
agree.
legend Carlos Santana. You know him, you love him. He's still here, don't ask.
Yeah.
No, that took us all by surprise. I was
Yeah.
like, wait a minute.
And then they had to
Why?
post about it.
Poor admin's like, oh, are you kidding me? But yes,
And
and
of
then
course,
Stephen Kwan is also up for his fourth Gold Glove in a
of course.
row, his fourth year in the league. And not surprising, Jose Ramirez is up for his. So yes, our Golden Guards, that's going to be those are going to be announced right after the World Series, I believe, sometime in that week or so after the World Series. So we'll talk more about that once they announce that. So keep all your fingers crossed for that coming up.
Yeah, hopefully
And
Jose can win his first of his career too. I still can't believe that that man has never won a Gold Glove.
holy shit, seriously? How did I
Yeah.
not know
Oh,
that?
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, Jose, yeah, no
Never
MVP and no
won.
Gold Glove, but he's done just about everything else. So this could be his very first one of his career, which is crazy.
Who else is in the Gold Glove third base for this year?
Ernie Clement was because he
He's
was up for both, I know, utility and
yeah,
Yes.
third base,
utility.
right?
Yeah.
Which I didn't
That
even know you could do that.
neither did I. That's crazy. Yeah, I saw that and I'm like, that would be funny. Like I don't want him to win both, obviously. But that would be funny if he won both. Yeah, Ernie and then Michael Garcia for the Royals are the two.
Yes, you're
Yeah.
right.
So, I mean, granted, I don't know how good Garcia is.
Also, guys, have you seen his Twitter? Michael Garcia's?
No.
I
No.
have not.
Guys, you need to like start looking at his tweets. He loves to post.
Ah,
He's like
I-
posting, and it's great. Like he's posting like almost like a wide receiver.
Oh
I
my God. Oh,
love
He's
so he's
posting.
active, active.
Yeah, like he'll just do like the quotes all the time, or like he's like, I'm tired of being disrespected.
That's
Oh
amazing.
my God, that's hilarious.
I like Vinny.
Chronically online.
Vinny posts a lot.
He has a
He's
good
yeah.
yeah.
I
Brent
like
Roker is
online.
another good
Yeah.
Twitter
Yeah.
follow for baseball players. That's what we're missing on this team right now is a
Yeah,
good.
we're not very vocal.
No, they ever since Ernie Clement deactivated and he left,
Yeah.
we have not had a ton of guards players
Yeah.
active on social media.
So
Well,
I
that's what I
had
was
Ernie.
saying. Sorry,
Yeah,
go ahead,
I
Gab.
had Ernie on my no, it's fine. I had Ernie on my like FanDuel show like a couple years ago. I should post this clip again. It might actually probably not, but it was really funny. He was on there and he was saying that he had a burner account and he would tweet at our hitting coach, Chris Valleca. And then
That's
they found out
his,
that it was him on the burner account.
that's hysterical.
That's
Yeah.
wild. Oh my gosh. I can't believe he straight up admitted that.
But yeah, he's like, yeah, they found out it was me. I was just talking how I normally would.
I
They're
would
like,
have
that
taken that to
sounds
my grave.
familiar.
Yeah.
They're like, we know it's you. Like nobody else talks like
Yeah.
that.
But I wish we did have a couple more like vocal active online players. Like Brian Rocchio is kind of posting a little bit right now, but it's not like he's
There's not
just talking.
banter. He just kind of like says stuff and
Yeah, he's
then,
just talking.
yeah, he's just talking into the void. That's just his
Yeah.
journal right now. All right, so I think that needs to be on Stephen Vogt's to-do list is find an active or just encourage the guys to get online a little bit more. Tanner will occasionally pop up. I see him, but it's very, very
Yeah,
rare.
he likes to be in the replies.
Yeah,
He doesn't like to start the convo, but he will add to it.
yeah. He's sneaky a little bit. I think that's really like the him and Rokio like are really the only
Yeah,
two
there's like
that I can. I'm gonna have to like do a deep dive now
Well,
on
we
who's.
remember Classe being kind of
oh,
active
yeah, he
last
was.
year, and that was not good. That
On
like
Twitter?
no,
No, the
that was
video.
Oh
Instagram,
yeah,
but
the
I mean
Oh,
like
oh, that's right. Okay.
Hablamos mañana. Like that one is it's so
it's so
bad.
cringe
Like
now,
Yeah.
especially with everything that's happened.
yeah, it's
Oh,
horrible.
it
But I
was
mean,
it was
it was
cringe then, and it's cringe. I'm like, it's even worse now.
if it worked out, I think it might have been cool. But it's
Yeah.
like no, turn off
No,
your
I
phone.
know. I tried to
No.
defend it. That was dumb.
That
We
is
all
so good.
defended dumb shit over the
I was
years.
like, no, guys, you don't know actually how good he is. He's serious now, and it's like,
Man,
Yeah, and now we're
wild
all just
one.
like, mm, shit, okay,
whoopsie.
never mind, just kidding. We're gonna pretend that never happened. Oh, all right. Well, I'm sure we'll have more guards news as the time goes on and as once the season ends. I honestly I'm surprised. I didn't even realize that you could re-sign a guy before the season officially ended. When I saw that when Heyman tweeted out that Austin was signing again, I'm like, is that legal? Are they allowed to do that? But I guess they are.
I don't know anything about like the signing stuff. I feel like MLB specifically is impossible to understand like the movement of players. So when anything is announced, I'm just like, okay, that sounds really good to me. Like the stuff with Quan, like extending him, I don't really know the timeline on any of that. So people have been saying pay him, I feel like for years. I'm like, when
Yeah.
is he gonna like be done? I don't even know when I'm supposed to be paying attention to it.
It's weird. Like I did a minor dive on it and I still don't fully understand everything that goes into arbitration and pre-arb and then uh, free not even like just free agents. It's weird. It's weird
Yeah.
and I don't get it and I'm just gonna
Avoiding
let
arbitration, I think
yeah.
we did is what we did with Quan recently. So it's like I don't really understand what position he specifically is in, but I'm a big Stephen Quan fan, probably the biggest. My son's
Michaela's
middle
gonna
name is
fight you.
Steven. Well, no, my son's middle name is Steven. So it's like I automatically win. But I would really appreciate if I heard some news about that at some point.
Fingers crossed. They'll be going, I think normally we hear arbitration news in January, I want to say. That's the normal time that I've been hearing it. So we'll keep our eyes and ears open as that goes on. But I think now we can move on to our Cavs preview. We've got a couple Cavs fans, and Gab is obviously here. She was recently at Cavs United, right? Was that what it
Yeah,
was?
I went to the Cavs Wine and Gold Gala.
Oh yeah.
It was so much fun. Oh my gosh.
That's so cool. Did you get to like talk to any of the players?
Now we did, I'm not gonna lie, we kind of did bully Lonzo into taking a photo with
I
us.
saw that.
Well, like at
He's
first we're
new
like,
and
it's just
small, so you can
because
young,
it
not
was like a
small.
bunch of girls. We're like, we want a group photo, and we see Lonzo. We're like, should we just ask him if he'll take it? But there's like so many other people around. We're like, let's just do it for the bit. He's like, oh my God, yeah, of course I'll take the photo. And we're like,
Aw.
actually, get in it now. But no, it was
Yeah, he
nice. Everyone
strikes
there
me as
was
the kind
fun.
that would be super chill with that.
Yeah, I think he was like kind of excited. He's like, oh, people want to talk to me. Cool, this is fun. But no, it was really cool. It was a really emotional night too. They
Really?
did a lot of great things for like children in the community. They had this woman, she is a wrestler. They funded her college scholarship so she can continue wrestling in college.
Aw.
That was
Oh.
really cool. There was another child there. He's probably like 10 years old. He had bone cancer. They gave him courtside tickets for every home game.
Oh,
That
Oh.
was
that's so
really
That's
cool. Was
fun.
that
amazing.
the one that Max Struess was like hanging out with? Because I saw
Yeah.
some videos.
Aw.
Yeah, I cried like 5 times that night.
Dude, I think of everything in Cleveland, that
They do
organization
amazing.
is the top tier. Gilbert and his family are just such amazing people. As we said in our very first episode, Dan Gilbert is our favorite billionaire.
Same. If I had to
And the
pick one, I'm gonna
players
pick
too.
him.
And the players too. I mean, you
Yes.
constantly see guys like the two that stick out to me are Darius Garland and Jalen Tyson. I mean, you always see them doing stuff around the community.
Yep.
DG just did a little fundraiser at Sense
That
Pizza
looked
where all the
awesome.
proceeds went to his Darius Garland Foundation. He had his celebrity softball game. And, like I said, I've seen Jalen Tyson at these things too. So we have so many guys that are just out and about in the community. And, like, that's what I love to see.
Well, now
Like,
with
they're
Larry
just
Nance
as good
back
on the court
too.
and off the court. Yeah, yeah,
He
that
did
too.
his
Larry
little
Nance.
thing at Swenson's where he was taking everybody's order and delivering their food.
Right.
And then Mitchell is always
Of
looking
course.
for high school basketball games to go to. He's
Yeah.
you can always find him going to, random high school basketball games during his off nights. So yeah, it's a good group of guys from top to bottom, front office all the way down to the players and the coaching staff and everybody there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Donovan
you
Mitchell,
love
I
to
feel
see
like
it.
he moves not like an NBA player sometimes. Like he'll just be interacting with people like he's a normal guy. Like, did you guys see when the Guardians were playing the Mets? He just went over and like
Oh
hung out
yeah.
with that guy that I think his account was like Ferret Allen, which is really
Yes.
cute.
Yeah,
And
he's like, where are you?
he just went into the stands with him and was
Yeah.
sitting with him for like an inning.
Like
That
who
was
does
pretty cool.
that?
I forgot about that. That's so funny. He's so one of us. It's
Yeah,
hilarious.
well, he interacted with
He
one of
did.
our very own, so
That
He
was really cool.
did, and
Yes.
I still haven't recovered. Oh my gosh. So, okay, so for anyone listening, back on Friday, I had tweeted a picture of Donovan Mitchell, the photo he posted as a kid wearing his red LeBron jersey. I tweeted that and a photo of him now in his Navy uniform, and I captioned it, and so it was written. And so the tweet started getting traction, it started doing some numbers, and I was at work at the time, so I muted the notifications on it. And it wasn't until like a couple hours later, I'm talking with my coworkers and I see the Caught Lookin group chat we have just going off on my phone. I look down and I see like Molly saying, "Oh my gosh, I just looked. What the hell?" I see Ash saying, "What the hell?" And so I'm like, "Ooh, something's going on." And so then I scrolled up a little bit more and I saw Michaela's message saying, "Sarah got the quote tweet from Donovan Mitchell." And when I tell you guys, I dropped everything and I ran to the bathroom because I had to see this. I'm like, you guys, I gotta go. I was literally shaking. It was the craziest thing. I don't know how it reached him. I don't know who sent it to him, but yeah, so he quote tweeted me and he said something like crazy how life works. And
yeah,
I was
he's
like,
so
oh my
sweet.
God, I need to print that out and frame it.
It's
I'm
so
not
nice.
joking.
He's so active too. Like I remember him being like, "Cleveland, I need a date night idea," and I
Yeah.
was like, "Bro, he's bringing Coco
Yeah,
Jones
where's he
to
taking her?
Jaja. Like I gotta go."
But he also sent out and asked for ice cream too.
Oh, he was like, "But not Mitchell's." Like, okay,
He's like, I've already been to Mitchell's, but I'm like, okay, but
sorry.
Mitchell's might be one of the best. So
Go
if you,
again.
exactly,
Yeah,
just
There's
we
go
need
definitely a
again.
we need like a
marketing
Guardians
opportunity there.
version of that, like we were saying. Like
Yes.
somebody, we need
That
some.
just talks. Oh
I
no.
need Jose Ramirez being like, "Where should I go get ice cream tonight?"
Jose has kids. He wants ice cream.
Exactly.
Jose's manager, please give him back access to his Twitter.
Yes. Give it back.
All right, well, we can probably move on to our actual Cavs talk now. So,
Yes.
yeah, so we have so much to cover because last season was literally crazy. So, I think we should start with some season expectations. So, I think, if you ask my opinion, it's definitely finals or bust this year. Barring injuries, there's no reason why this team can't, at the very least, make it to the finals with all of the pieces kind of finally in place. You know, we have scoring, rebounding, we have depth, we have size, and we finally have a 3-and-D wing that we have been lacking for years. So on paper, there's really no glaring holes with this roster. And so I think Struess said it best. I think during media day, they asked him, you know, is the season considered a failure if you don't play in June? And he said, yeah. And so I think that the guys are very serious about just capitalizing on what they were able to build last year. And so I do think it's finals or bust. And our win projection is at 56 games the last time I checked. I definitely think they can match that win total from last season. But even if they fall short, I mean, it's proven that it doesn't matter what you do in the regular season if you can't compete in the postseason. But I do think that they're in a great spot to replicate what they did last year, even with Darius and Max Strus out. What do you guys think? Season expectations,
No, I
win
agree with what you
projection,
said.
playoffs.
Yeah, I think it's they need to be in an NBA finals or we're not going to see the core four together after that.
Oh,
I
that
think
breaks
this
my
is
heart.
they have to do it or it's going to be done. Which does, it's very sad. But I feel like that is probably what they feel like going into this.
What's the projected timeline for specifically Garland, but also Struess?
So the last I heard, I haven't heard a specific date for DG's return yet, but they're making it sound like it'll be sooner rather than later. So I wouldn't be surprised if we did see him in like early to mid-November maybe, but I don't think he's going to miss a lot of time because he did say that he was doing on-court basketball activities, he's doing conditioning, so
Nice.
he's very, very close to coming back. But Struess, he's another one that I don't think they have a definitive timeline, but he's definitely going to miss more time. Um, I would expect maybe like up to the All-Star break, or at least half the season is my guess.
I mean, I
But yeah,
think my idea here is it's like your conference to lose. I feel really bad for Tyrese. I feel really bad for Jason. That's like awful that they both have the same injury, but when are you ever going to have this like not I don't want to call it an opportunity, but like this kind of occurrence where you have two superstars out and you can put something together in the regular season and then when they do end up coming back, you've got enough ground and you don't have as many injuries and you can actually put together a real postseason journey because I was really heartbroken at the end of last season. Like it was almost worse than just like losing outright, just to see it go down that way, like being like hopeful every time you're like, I think we could come back. I think we're gonna do it. And then every single time it was like a more heartbreaking loss.
It was
right.
one of
I mean,
those seasons like
honestly,
they started off so, I mean, 15-0 to start off the season. It was so good. And like you said, it was one of those seasons where it felt like they could come back regardless of the deficit. That's how the guards felt in 24, I want to say. Yeah, it was Vogt's first year. No matter what, it never felt like they were out of the game. Like they always felt like they could come back. And that's exactly how the Cavs felt last year. And then yeah, to fall apart like that in the playoffs was a huge, huge bummer.
right. I do think ultimately we were just like a couple injuries and a couple very timely made shots away from reaching the finals. I mean, the Pacers, they were just shooting lights out and they made so many lucky shots that, put them ahead. And so I
The
think it's
Pacers were
unfortunate the
scary
way it
last year,
happened,
man.
but they were. I underestimated them so bad. I
Hmm.
mean, I'll be the first to admit I thought that series was going to be a cakewalk, and we were quickly humbled after that. But like you were saying, Kels, it is awful to see guys like Halliburton and Tatum go down because they are going to miss the whole season. And so I don't want to say that the East is open for the taking because I still think that the Celtics are still going to be good. They still have hella shooting. The Knicks are going to be good too. I think they'll probably be our number one competition. I think the Hawks are going to be in the mix too.
Mhm.
I think they're going to be scary good
They
because they
always
have
beat
Trae
us
Young.
too.
They
Yes, they
do.
Always
Oh my
beat
God, we
us.
always play horrible against the Hawks. And they signed Kristaps Porzingis too, which I think is going to
Oh,
be
I forgot
really
about
big
that.
for them. Yeah, and they're a good defensive team too with Dyson Daniels, so I do think that they'll be sneaky good.
Mhm.
Um, I
I say
It's hard
DP
to
did
tell
come
how
out
the
this week during an interview and said that basically like if I was healthy, if I was full strength, we would have crushed it
He was
basically.
he was a little wild for that, I will say, but I did like it.
Like that's gonna be
I
clipped.
like the
yeah, it's gonna
I
make
confidence.
people
know. I'm
mad with
like,
that one.
they just keep giving him all the like quotes. I'm like, Jared
Stop.
Allen's quote. That's gonna be on a Bleacher
Oh,
Report graphic soon.
the
Like,
lights were
great.
too bright is like
Yeah,
the
he did not
worst
deserve that.
worst poster like meme ever of all time. Like, dude, stop
Uh,
doing this. Stop saying these things,
yeah,
please.
why? Why did he do that? I don't know. That
That
was a
was my
wild one.
exact reaction though when he said that. It's
Yeah, I
like
said that's clipped.
we all think it, but
You
it's
don't
like don't
say
give
it.
them any content to use against us. Just don't do it. We've been
But
through
he's just
enough.
like so sweet and wholesome. He
Yeah,
probably
I
didn't even
know.
realize.
I know.
He was just venting to anyone that would listen. Oh,
NBA Twitter is just so different though. Like I maybe
yeah.
it's baseball interviews are not the same. Like doing a basketball interview is like, oh, that's clipped. I'm
Yeah.
clipping that. I'm posting it under every tweet you
Mhm.
make. Like it's you can't ever mess up in those. So it's like anything that they say on media day, it's like so scary and the post game interviews
Right.
like, dude, no.
Yeah, it really is so different because you'll have like Jose, he literally said I'm better than Barry Bonds, and everyone's like
Yes.
like saying that's awesome and hilarious. But if like an NBA player did, that'd be like, you're a loser.
Yes. Like your career is over. You're
Yeah,
washed.
And we were just talking about how a lot of NBA players are active on Twitter, and when that happens, like they'll clock you on
they
it.
will.
So it's not like MLB where you can kind of get away with saying that. Like that won't happen on NBA Twitter.
It is a very, very different
Oh,
culture.
I don't know if this was on your list, Sarah, but I was reading about the season preview, and I kind of forgot because I'm more of a casual fan, but losing Ty was like specifically heartbreaking for me,
Hmm.
and losing Okoro because I don't know, I didn't give up on Ty ever in the postseason, but I remember so poignantly that his kind of like downfall, I'll call it, was really tough to watch. But
Hmm
I don't know. I just couldn't give up on him. Like I did feel like he should have come back. So to hear that, he wanted to come back and it didn't happen, that definitely bummed me out. So I'm interested to see how they build around it. And I'm happy to have Hunter and stuff, and I hope to see him a lot more. But I don't know. I letting go of Ty is really hard for me.
Well, you guys saw
Yeah, that
that
was
Ty got
sad.
injured, right?
He did.
Yeah,
hmm
I still haven't heard anything about
Yeah, me
it, but
either. They said
Yeah,
like
we
it
don't
calf
know the
strain or
severity
something,
of
but then
it.
I didn't hear anything else.
Yeah, I see
yeah.
something from earlier today, just further evaluation over the weekend. It looks like he
Okay.
sustained a right calf injury.
Some people thought it was his Achilles, so
Yeah,
I
well,
feel
like
like
yeah.
if they would have said that already, if that was the
Hmm.
case, I would think. But yeah, I do. I watched the clip of it and it looked pretty bad. But I'm not as well versed as you, Sarah, especially. So I don't know what your thoughts are specifically on like how they're planning on building in that different area since we are no longer using them. Like, are we using Tyson more or?
Yeah, so okay, so I don't think we know exactly what their plan is yet. I mean, losing Ty was definitely a blow, I think, offensively
Hmm.
because he came out of nowhere last season. I mean,
Hmm.
he made his shots, he ran that offense. He was just so good. And I think he just had an uncharacteristically bad playoff run. And you wonder if he were to perform the way he had in the regular season, would we have kept him? So there's all kinds of, what ifs to go with that. But I do think that Lonzo Ball was a great pickup. He's obviously not going to be Ty Jerome in terms of offense, but I do like the fact that he's a bigger guard too. so he'll be able to help with rebounds. And I think his game probably fits a little better too in terms of like passing and defense. He'll be much better on
Yeah.
defense than Ty Jerome was. There's no question about that. But losing Isaac Okoro too, that's losing another key defensive piece. But I at the same time I do think though that there wasn't really room for him on the roster because he was just kind of Isaac Okoro was kind of an enigma when it came to offense. I mean, he started shooting his threes a lot better. He was getting better looks, but I just didn't really see him progressing to the point that they wanted him. So I do think that that straight up trade for Lonzo Ball was a good one. So that's kind of my thoughts on that, but it was still sad to lose Ty Jerome though for sure.
Yeah, I did see um oh, why am I blanking on his name? Our front office guy who does the trades, Altman, Kobe.
Kobe Altman.
Oh,
There we go. I kept thinking Kenny, and I'm like, no, that's the coach.
love Kenny.
Yeah, he did mention that trading Isaac was one of the hardest things that he had to do this offseason, basically. That was a very, very tough trade to make. Um, so
He
yeah,
was a
that's
sweet looking young man.
I
He just
know.
looked very nice. But yeah, that hurt for
I
sure.
loved Isaac. That's the one current, well, modern I guess we'll say modern Cav, not current Cav anymore, jersey that I had. So, yeah, that was a huge bummer. I will say I didn't know much about Ball outside of his name, and that left a sour taste in my mouth when I'm like, oh God, we're signing a Ball, like seriously? But I did see someone put a compilation together of I think like his last preseason game or the one before that. I can't remember which. Um, but just his work on offense, his assists, his ability to pass the ball and move it around the court was super impressive. I was really surprised by how well he handled the ball and moved it around and opened up opportunities for his teammates. So I'm definitely a excuse me, sir, I did not know your game moment from me.
Yeah, no, me too, because Lonzo's been in the league for a couple of years, but with all the injuries he's been through, we haven't really gotten to see his game in full, I think. And especially not, Cavs fans, because we haven't really been paying attention to him. But I was impressed with what I saw in the preseason. Yeah, he can pass the ball for sure. And there was a quote that it was probably during media day, but he said, quote, "My game is pretty simple. Play defense, hit open shots, and don't turn the ball over." And
It's a good game
that's kind
plan.
of what you expect from your backup point guard. I mean, especially with this like dynamic and heavy scoring offense that we have, his skill isn't going to be in scoring and shot making. It's going to be in passing and defense, which, like I said, is what we need. So I'm very curious to see more of him. Obviously, the only concern is that I hope he stays healthy and that I hope we have a contingency plan in case he does go down. In that case, it's probably going to be, I would have to guess, Craig Porter Jr. or even Tyrese Proctor. But yeah, I mean, you can't
Porter was
make.
looking good last year. I was pleasantly surprised by him, so I'm not upset about
Mhm.
that backup plan.
Right, but I do hope there's some sort of contingency plan in place
Yeah.
if he does go down, which I really hope he doesn't. I think they said he's going to start on playing around 20 minutes a game and no back-to-backs, which I think
Mhm.
is definitely the way you need to handle that.
Dude, I did
But
not
yeah,
know that
we'll
Ball has been in the league since 2017.
wow,
I did not know he's
that's
been in
actually
the league
crazy. I didn't know
that
that either.
long. Yeah, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
what other teams has he played with? And he started with the Lakers in
Yep.
2017. Lakers, Pelicans, Bulls, us.
Yeah,
Yeah, and he's
he's been there
missed
for a
so
while.
much. He's missed so much time too, and
I just love that
so many
he's
games
so
that it's hard to
old.
tell.
He's
Right.
younger than I. I was like, wow, he's probably like 30. What the hell? He's 27.
Yeah, right? My gosh.
It's so over for me. That's crazy.
I also saw this quote about Lonzo. Someone else said it on Twitter. They said that he passes the ball in a way to other people that they don't know that they're open. And then they are, and they score.
Ooh, I love that.
It's
I
like, yeah,
like that.
watching, I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah.
No, yeah, it does feel that way watching a couple of those clips. I haven't watched a ton of the preseason. Once baseball ended, I've been
Hmm.
catching up on other shows that I've been neglecting. So,
Yeah.
but I'm excited to check out the Cavs and catch up with them. Um,
Yeah, so okay, so I really want to talk about Evan Mobley.
Kevin.
There's
Love
so much,
him.
oh my gosh, there's so much
Gab
to
is like, yes,
begin with him.
please.
I know. He's literally he's my favorite
Okay.
player on the team.
Okay, amazing. So then let me ask you this, Gab. What do you think that his next leap will look like this season?
Um, if they give him the ball, if they get him the ball, he should be the best all-around player on our team this season. He should be. Big ask, but like I think he has the capability to do that offensively and defensively. The offense we know is obviously going to have to take another step, but I'm glad we have a coach that's willing to unlock those steps to get there finally with him. But I'm
Hmm.
excited to see it.
Yeah, I agree. I think Donovan is the obvious number one option,
Right.
but Mobley needs to be a
Yeah.
strong number two by creating more opportunities for himself, especially with DG out, which I
Hmm.
think that was part of the leap he took last year, I think, was that he started, his playmaking increased a little bit. His three-point shooting has
Yep.
just skyrocketed. So he did a great job last year at, attacking in the paint, attacking off the dribble, and just in shot creation too. So I'm excited to see how he can take that a step further. And this was actually a really good observation. I was listening to the Locked On Cavs podcast with Danny Cunningham, and he made a really interesting point. He said that last year, Darius Garland and Jarrett Allen played the most minutes and games together. And then the number two pair was Mitchell and Mobley. They played
Hmm.
the second most games, and they would usually sub in and out at the same
Yeah.
time. And so when we're watching a couple preseason games, and I think Kenny started to kind of play around with the player pairings a little bit, where I think we're going to see more of Evan on the floor without Donovan Mitchell, which I think is definitely what he needs to do if they want to start running the offense through him. And so I also think that'll be a nice kind of experiment too with DG out. If Evan kind of shows that he's not ready to handle that offensive load, then maybe when Darius comes back, they can go back to that original pairing that proved
Mhm.
successful last year. But I thought that was a really interesting observation to see, how many minutes is Mobley going to play without Donovan and vice versa. So that'll be interesting.
I think I don't know if it's just the media day photos, but I thought that Evan and Jarrett specifically looked like they put on some muscle too. Like I maybe they just kept really lean during the season or something, but I feel like seeing the photos like of their arms specifically, I was like they both look a little bit beefier, which
Which would be
I
good
yes.
for the playoffs
Yes, I
specifically.
think they both just look really healthy. Like everyone looks really good in the media day photos, but I just specifically remember seeing Jarrett and Evan and be like their biceps look stronger. I'm hoping that will be more physical because I think that was what really kind of drove me crazy about the Pacers is I a lot of people were calling them a dirty team or whatever or like I don't know. I just don't really agree with that. I think the refs call whatever game happens and I think the Pacers were just really physical and that was the only way to break up our passing. So I'm hoping that we have a good like workaround for that and I'm hoping that we are going to be the better passing team and also have more physicality than we did last year.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And I think we kind of expect at least Evan Mobley to keep putting on muscle every year. So you definitely saw a difference, not only from last year, but I was looking at photos of him his rookie year, and there is a huge difference. I mean, he put on a lot more weight and a lot more muscle.
And
And
he's
I was
only
also
24
impressed
years
with
old.
Jarrett
I
too.
know. They're so
Yeah.
young.
Yeah, he's Jared's 27, so he's kind of he's a man.
Washed.
Hmm. Right, but no, I was surprised though, because when I saw the media day photos, I was surprised at Jared Allen because he did look bigger, and that
It's
I
because
was
the
like,
fro's
okay,
smaller. He trimmed it up so the rest of
Yeah.
him looks
Yeah.
bigger.
maybe it
I was
messed with his
wondering if he was
proportions.
doing something like if I don't know if Jimmy Butler like his media day stuff always like cracks me up every year. So I was wondering if Jarrett was like, letting it start down and kind of letting it grow throughout the season or something just so we could see it grow. But I like the look. I think it's like a mature look. He looks older and with the muscle. He looks like he could handle himself a little better. It doesn't look like the lights were too bright.
Lights were too
Jared
bright.
Allen
God.
anymore.
That's gonna haunt us forever.
I
Truly,
know.
truly.
Until something worse comes up. The
It
Don
probably will be.
the Donovan Skims ad, I was
Oh,
like, it's actually over. I was like, we're it's just so bad. But that one it actually was beneficial because he outmeted
he
Shy.
did.
So
He
really
really did.
that was a very risky ad choice, but it ended up working out in his favor this time.
Thank God.
What an incredible ad campaigon that was
I would
in
like open my
several ways.
Instagram.
I was
It's like,
I was tuning in. I was like, whoa. Did the game start? I didn't see the ad.
And
Oh
the
no.
players even joke about it too.
yeah,
It's
you
so
could hear him
funny.
talking about it in the back of all the interviews. I'm like,
Yep.
guys, you guys are crazy.
That's another thing that I'm excited for. Aside from basketball, they have the goofiest, silliest, best chemistry of a team that I've ever seen. Like they legitimately like they're brothers in there. And they just the way that they interrupt all of their interviews and they're shouting in the background and screaming at people. And also the way they hype up Evan too. Last year they were like DPOY, like scream. Weren't they like talking? Aren't they like talking him up as MVP now this year in all of his
Yeah.
interviews?
Well, Wemby's back, and Wemby's also put on muscle, so I think we have to pivot from DPOY for Evan because
We had our moment.
yes, I actually put like $10 on it when Wemby was healthy because I was like, whatever, like it'll
Just
be
in
fine.
Oh,
case.
It was
nice.
plus 1,000 at the time.
Nice.
Yes, I was like,
That's
I was like,
amazing.
I feel bad like I was the bad omen, but I was just a true believer from the start. So pivoting to MVP is a much smarter move at this point.
Right. Wemby is just a freak of nature, and so
I'm
he's probably
excited.
just gonna run away with Defensive
Of
Player of
course,
the Year
forever.
for the
Yeah.
foreseeable future.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm actually really excited. I don't watch a lot of the other teams play. Like I don't get the NBA all team whatever. I just watch our games usually, but I actually do enjoy watching him play. It's really fun.
Yeah, it's crazy. I actually just saw a clip on Twitter from when Wemby was 16 and he was just hitting shots over Rudy Gobert just super casually.
I
And
hate
then I
Rudy.
forget who had tweeted it, but he said, "Remember the name Victor Wembanyama." And
Wow.
like I said, that was from when he was 16. And obviously he was right because like I said, he is a freak of nature. It's crazy.
And he's
Well,
also just super interesting off of
yeah.
the basketball court. A lot of hobbies. Like he was in
Well,
China
I
doing
was
stuff
like,
like that.
what
I
what
was
was
like,
he doing in the
what
off
is-
season? He was
he
like a
had a
monk in
lot
the off
of
season, I
different
think.
hobbies.
Him
Yeah.
and Jared Allen would just get along so well, I
I
feel
think
like. Because
so.
Jared also has so many hobbies. And wasn't he like in Japan too for
I
something?
yeah, I
Is it like
think
a
so.
Pokemon thing?
It probably
Probably.
could be.
I'm pretty sure it was some kind of like Pokemon thing that he was in Japan for, but I'm like, that tracks.
He's a
Well,
total nerd.
it's
Oh,
kind of
he is, and he's proud about it.
Oh yeah.
it's like OKC. They have really that good chemistry too. Like you've seen all of those funny interviews they do where they keep putting stuff on, the interviewer, and they kind of have that similar chemistry. So, I mean, I've said this about the guards a ton, but like the clubhouse culture and the culture that you have as a team and as friends, I feel like it shines through. Like I don't know if we coined it, but I feel like we coined the power of friendship a while back. Like they having the core four, especially, it just works. Like they know where the passes are coming from and when they're coming. So watching them play and be so fluid, it is like I don't know, it's mesmerizing, especially with Kenny. I don't know. I love him. I've never seen
I
a coach
adore
with
Kenny.
more aura in my whole life.
No, he's
Like
awesome.
I was gonna say, I'm
Such
I
a
like, I know
cool
Gab
guy.
has her.
I love him.
yeah, you guys can't see me, but that gif of him going And like
Yeah, the
asking
timeout.
for the replay
It's so
is
good.
so good. I use it all the time because he has so much aura. Like he's so funny, but he's such a good coach. So I'm really excited to see him continue to grow too, because I have been so impressed.
I think they really
Yeah,
respect him too and enjoy
Hmm.
having him around. Not necessarily saying that they didn't do that with JB, but I think it's just a
Yeah.
different dynamic that they have with Kenny. Like I thought it was really adorable that they showered him with water after his first
Yeah.
preseason win because he
That
hasn't won one
was
until
that
last week.
was funny.
I
Yeah.
didn't realize that they hadn't won
Yeah.
a preseason game with him yet. That's really funny. Yeah, they really do seem to love him, and he seems to love them. When what was it? It was a they had an away game for the playoffs, and Evans defensive player of the year was announced last year, and they were all in
Oh
like a
Yeah.
conference room they had set up in it, and he's just like there's a video and he's like freaking out in the background, like jumping around and getting all excited for him. Yeah, he just seems like a really good, genuine dude and has just massive dad energy, which a team like this of a lot of young dudes kind of needs.
Yes.
yeah, you can tell that he just believes in those guys so much. And I don't remember where I heard this from, but I think it was maybe like from Max Struess or something. I don't remember where I heard it, but like he would keep in contact with them like during the off season. Like he would regularly check in
Mhm.
and he's just so invested in his players and their development, and that's exactly what you need out of a coach, especially a younger coach like him too. So it's just evident the way that he's made an impact on this team. Especially, I think one of the big things that I think about when he first, took over the team last year was pace. Because under JB, the Cavs were, I think, like I want to say bottom three, if not like dead last in pace. And then that was kind of one of the first things that Kenny flipped on its head. We soared to the top last year right off the bat, and that fits our playing style so much better and like the skills of Donovan and Darius and Evan and all that. So his effect was seen right off the bat. And so that's when I was like, yeah, this guy knows what he's doing. And he had also just a great uh like supporting coaching staff around him too. I mean, those guys were so good. And it's a shame that we lost a couple of them. One of them whose name I can't remember, but he went on the Portland Fire WNBA team hired him as their head coach,
Oh
which
wow.
is really cool. Yeah, and so we did lose him unfortunately and a couple other guys here and there, but I
So
think Kenny absolutely knows what he's doing.
I think that the Alex Sarama, right? Is that who it is?
Yes, I think so.
Yes. He is going to be finishing out the year with us this year.
Oh,
And
is
he's
he?
going to be
Oh, okay.
starting with the Fire for their next season because the WNBA just finished. And they're not going to be
Mhm.
starting until the end of the NBA season or closer to the NBA season and end of the NBA season. So we're going to have him basically until the WNBA season starts, it sounds like. I'm fairly certain I read
Awesome.
that
As long as we have
somewhere.
him for this year since it's finals or bust, I mean, that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
fine by me.
I just saw this stat while I was looking at Kenny's Wikipedia. So obviously, we started with one of the longest winning streaks in NBA history, winning our first 15 games. It makes Atkinson the only head coach in NBA history to win the first 15 games to start a tenure with a franchise. And we would not suffer our first loss until November 19th on the road against the defending champion, the Boston Celtics. I honestly thought it was Atlanta
Yeah, I
when
thought it
I
was
saw.
too. I thought that's what
I
you were
know
gonna say.
we lost both. I remember we played them back to back and we
Yeah,
lost
that
both
might have been the
games.
first home
I was
game
like, what
loss,
the
I
heck?
think, was the Hawks, maybe.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
That
he
sounds
won
right.
NBA Coach of the Year, which
Hmm.
I would love to see happen again. But it's so crazy that we also had Steven Vogt,
Yeah,
when
we love a coach of the
managers.
year
Yeah, so it's
in
like we
this
have
town.
such a good
And then
culture right
prior, now
now.
granted, but still, the year prior, Stefanski won his
Yeah.
second coach of the year too. So
I was just about to say minus the other
I
ones.
know, I know. The
They
the
had a
We
good
do
Browns
need
being
to
the
day.
bring
Browns. They
him into
won
here.
today though,
They
guys.
did
Yeah,
win.
We're
so
not going to mention that it was against the Dolphins, but they did win and they
They
got
did.
several touchdowns. They scored over 18 points.
it's totally segue, like, or I digress, but there's no way the Dolphins aren't tanking. That was like so crazy. I was like, this is not actually
It's
happening.
pretty bad.
Yeah.
Tua, man, I'm
People were
sorry.
Mm.
saying whoever loses this game between the Browns and Dolphins is going to lose their job as head coach. So Mike
Yeah.
McDaniel might be out of a
Oh
job tomorrow.
no.
I love Mike McDaniel too, that little weirdo. That's a bummer.
He is.
Having
He
his
certainly
aviator
is weird.
glasses on the sideline, I'm like, get out of here. It
It's
is
it's
cloudy and raining.
a tweet that lives in my brain forever and ever from a couple years back. It's McDaniel's walking through a practice with like rap bumping in the background. He's got his sweatpants pulled up halfway on his calves, and it says McDaniel's is the son of the boss who's been given the company to watch over for the weekend or something like that. And he's just like grooving through this practice. And I'm like, it lives in my brain forever because that's exactly what he is.
That's so accurate.
Yeah, I feel like he kind of went viral like in terms of NFL coaches, and it definitely made people pay attention to coaches in general more because I didn't really care about them, but then I remember seeing like all of his post-game interviews and be like, this guy is kind of goofy,
Yeah,
but
He's
it's
got a
almost like a
crazy energy.
Missoula kind of vibe.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he goofed a little too close to the sun, I think. So,
And I feel like he like
but
lives in a state of like annoyance all the
yes,
time. Like he just seems
I would
very annoyed
too. I have to
at
work with
everything
Tua,
and
bro.
anything. He just everything is an inconvenience,
You
which
have
makes
to score
sense.
points to win the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely his cute demeanor has disappeared a little bit. It's kind of gotten a little sour.
It's you can be goofy and weird and slightly off-putting when you're winning.
Yeah, you have to win the game though.
Unfortunately, yeah, if you're not winning these games, that attitude and that personality wears thin.
Anyway, Sarah,
It's
I'm sorry to
considered
take
funny
away.
and charming. Oh, you're good. It's considered funny and charming when you're winning. When you're
Yes.
losing, it just seems creepy.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to take us into the dark land of the NFL. So
Yeah.
No, you're
let's
good.
get back into the power of friendship.
Yeah.
Yes, there are a couple more points I wanted to make about Mobley, though. The biggest being his three-point shooting and how he has adjusted his shot from last year. It was over the summer, I think I saw a video of him shooting threes in the gym, and I was like, oh my gosh, like his form seemed so much more fluid, and he had a lot more arc on the ball too. And so, if you remember last year, he would take, I think, around 3 to 4 three attempts per game. They were very flat shots, though. So, a lot of them, I'm like, how did that go in? But I do think that he put a lot of work in this offseason. His jump shot just looks so much more fluid. And I definitely think that that'll be really good for him, seeming, that he's becoming just a better three-point shooter, too. And not just that, but his ball handling, too. Um, Chris Fedor wrote in an article that Mobley's been working on ball handling and dribbling drills, and even Lonzo Ball himself pointed out how comfortable Mobley was handling the ball, and hopefully kind of know with that added strength and that physicality that we'll see from him, he'll protect the ball better and just not get stripped as much too. So I think that Mobley has definitely been working on the fundamentals, and I think that'll absolutely translate onto the court. So I'm just so excited to see like what else he has in store because I think even Kenny himself said that he doesn't even think that he's reached his peak yet. There's still so much more
Mhm.
that this guy can do. And so because of that, I do think that he can finish like at least top 10 in MVP voting.
He had a vote last year. One, but he did have a vote.
Did he? I love that for
Yeah,
him.
That's
he
a
did have a
start.
vote.
It's a start.
One singular one, but he did.
Yeah, he's
Probably
going to be
from a
so
Cleveland
good.
media.
I mean, see,
Probably.
that's why I couldn't have access to that because I would be, yeah, I'd be voting for all of our guys.
No, I'm such a homer. I would just be like, no, just Cleveland
Mhm.
team.
Yeah, I would not
100%,
be able
all
to
of
put
them.
my bias aside.
No.
Absolutely not. I still vote for Austin Hedges in the All-Star game. I write
Um,
him in. Sorry,
some
Bo. I'm sorry.
someday maybe. He's gonna have a breakout year in his
Yeah.
30s. 30 home runs, 20 stolen bases.
Yep. Josh Naylor
Oh my.
special.
Yes,
Exactly.
Yes,
You never know. Who
dude.
saw that coming?
I for Gabb and me especially, like being Andres Jimenez truthers and like Josh Naylor fan. It's like,
It's kind of depressing.
yeah, like I understand the Andres one especially. I understand with the contract and everything,
Yeah, for sure.
but
It was just a really unexpected moment,
It
though.
really was.
and seeing them both playing is like it's like that meme where it's like I don't care that something good happened to you. It should have happened to me. Like
Yeah.
it's literally like that.
When
Like
Yeah.
they both homered back to back, I'm like,
it's
oh,
pissing me off.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Sarah.
that
We
was a
keep
gut
yeah,
punch.
we just keep
yeah.
moving
Sorry.
from Evan
It's
Mobley.
because everything hasn't happened in the NBA yet. So I'm like, guys, remember when that happened?
Don't apologize to me. Apologize to Evan Mobley. If you're listening, Evan, I'm
Yeah.
so sorry.
Evan, we
He's
really do
fine.
love you, but
Yeah.
there's just so many things about you that are interesting that take us down different paths.
Yes.
We could do a whole episode just on Evan Mobley, but I do
Probably.
want to move on to another player we mentioned a little bit, DeAndre Hunter. And so this is a
Mm.
question I'll pose to the group here, but it's pretty much assumed that he's going to be starting this year with Strus out. Do you guys think he should start, or would you rather have him come off the bench?
I think he's one of the best 5 players on the roster, so I think he should be out there.
I say, who would start over him
And
then?
maybe Sam Merrill. They really like Sam Merrill.
They do really like Sam Merrill.
Kenny seems to be like a Sam Merrill
Yeah,
truther
no,
of
I
some
did like a
sort.
little thing with Kenny at the Darius softball game, and like I was just like, which of your players would be this? Which of your players? Every answer was Sam Merrill. I'm like, well, this is why he got that contract.
That's so
I was
funny.
gonna
Oh my
say,
gosh.
didn't they just
Yeah, it was
sign
like
him
right
to a
after I'm like,
contract?
this makes so much sense now. So yeah,
He knew what was happening. And he's
I
like, no, I got to
mean,
speak my boy up.
I think that the easy answer would be like, yes, obviously he should start, but because the bench has always been really reliable throughout the year, like we could sit Darius, we could sit Donovan, and it wouldn't be like losing too much ground or losing the lead too much. So it's like having him to be able to come off the bench and take the place of another big, it's just like, and take threes is, I don't know, like I loved seeing him come off the bench because it made me less concerned
hmm
about things, I
Our
guess.
bench was so
Yeah.
solid last
Yeah,
year.
like it's so solid to have him. And I get that he probably is like so hungry for more too. So it's like maybe kind of a mind game thing. Not that I think Kenny would do that to him like in a malicious way, but to be like, start him off the bench like a couple of games in the beginning as, Darius gets closer and Strus gets closer and see what, how hungry he is. And then you can even consider starting him later in the season, depending on how hard he plays. I don't know. Like I always liked when we picked him up, I didn't know anything about him, but I really liked him from the jump. I was like, this is literally what we needed. He was like the perfect puzzle piece for our playoff run. Obviously, we know how that went, but I think that
Yeah.
he's such a good piece of the puzzle, and he fits right in with everybody too.
I just
Yeah,
hope
you
he
kind of
isn't too bummed
echoed,
about losing Ty.
Yeah.
They were
I know.
besties.
Oh,
But
I
no,
forgot
Kelsey,
about
we are
you
little friends.
Yeah.
you
Cavaliers to
did kind of
Cavaliers.
you did kind of echo my exact thoughts, I think, Kelsey, about DeAndre Hunter. I do think that in order to kind of like unlock his full potential with this team, I think he does need to start. And I see all the reasons why we should start him. I think he'll excel at it. But at the same time, like my biggest thing was that at least like watching preseason, it was very clear that like the second unit was very light in scoring. And so that's why I think that like having him come off the bench would just really help with that. Obviously, we would have Sam Merrill, but it's like I don't know because we don't have a really clear picture of who like this second unit's going to be. And so that would be like my main reason as to why I wouldn't mind him coming off the bench is pretty much just for like scoring, just to kind of like balance it out a little bit. But I do think that he'll adjust very well to a starting role. And I do think that Kenny straight up asked him if he wants to start. And he said, yeah.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, I
that tells you
remember
right
that.
there that he's,
Yeah.
yeah, that tells you right there that he's committed to it. And even though he spent most of his career as a six man, I do think that he'll develop a lot of chemistry with the starters. And like I said, I think that's how you'll tap into what he can really do is that you have to start him. And I do think a lot of people say he's going to have the best season of his career. And I
That'd be
really,
great.
really hope that we do see that.
He does have the best odds for sixth man of the year right now, but I don't know
Oh.
how often he's going to be coming off the bench. But regardless, I
Interesting.
think the most that I want to see from DeAndre Hunter, if he's not going to start, I want him at least in the last set, in that last rotation, in that last group. And I think they did that a lot towards the end of the season last year, and that was really good to see from him. So if you're not going to start him, at least have him in the end when you need defense, offense, both sides of the floor from him.
Right. And obviously, during the regular season, you're not going to see Kenny platooning guys like you do in preseason. All five starters aren't going to sub out at the same time.
Right.
So you're going to get more of those player matchups. And so I do think it'll be interesting to see too who he plays well with on the floor and who he maybe doesn't. But I'm really excited to see what he has. I think his 3-point shooting is amazing and exactly what we need on this team. I do like that he's a big guy too. His wingspan is huge, so he can, help a little bit with rebounds as well. But yeah, he's a really good player. I'm very, very excited to see a full year of him on this team too. But I think a hot take of mine though, if we're talking about who else would be starting in that scenario, I do like Jalen Tyson in that role, honestly. Watching him in preseason play with the starters, I think he would be such a good, I think, defensive complement to that offense because he's everywhere on the court. He can block shots, he can steal the ball, he can defend. His shooting is obviously not the best and very much needs improved. And obviously he's very young and he needs more time in the league. But watching that, I'm like, man, honestly, I would not totally be opposed to Jalen Tyson taking that last starting role, but I obviously see why they would much rather have DeAndre there. I don't know how much Tyson's going to play. I do hope that he gets a decent amount of minutes just to get him more experience. But yeah, Jalen Tyson is an interesting player for sure. I'm interested to see more of him.
I was like skeptical of the pick because I didn't know when they drafted him. Like, I don't know
Hmm.
how this is going to go, but he has been pretty impressive.
Yeah, he's scrappy. I mean, he kind of
Yes.
reminds me of like Delly and like Ricky Rubio
Just a
even.
little taller. Yeah.
Oh.
Right. Right, for sure. And another pickup that I was really impressed with is the Thomas Bryant signing because I think that we have definitely needed a solid backup center too. Because of how much Jared Allen would play. I mean, he played every game last year, I'm pretty sure.
He did.
Wow.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so our backup center was Tristan Thompson, right? You only really saw him
He's not
in
with us anymore, is
garbage
he?
Nope.
time.
No, he's
No, he's
not.
not.
He's
Thank
hawking
you for your service,
crypto for
Tristan.
some
Time to go.
reason. He's
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 one who needs to join the broadcast team.
Yeah, that was his little thing that he was doing
oh,
with
the Stay
Niang at the
Dangerous.
beginning. That
Him
was
and
great. That was
Niang.
good. Let's stick with that.
If they could just be like on court, off court, pregame, postgame dudes, all for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't need to play anymore. No, I don't even think he's on a team right now.
Media. Time for media. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he would be so entertaining. But yeah, I mean, he was the primary backup center, and you would only see him in garbage time, really. So I
Hmm.
think that Thomas Bryant will be a really good replacement for him. And I do think that, like Jalen Tyson, I do think that Bryant gets to see a decent amount of minutes, especially since he spent last year with the Pacers.
Hmm.
They went to the finals, and
Ooh,
so yeah, he's coming from a very successful team.
super
And
spy.
he can also shoot three pointers. He's a big who can shoot threes. You can never have too much of that. And so that was one thing that I was like, okay.
He's a
So I do
massive
think,
dude. I'm just looking at the Cavs thing. He's 248. That's a big man. It's an
right, and that
enforcer right
also
there.
kind of helps with physicality
Yeah.
too. Like we were saying earlier, that's been one of our issues really, but I think that he'll be good for that too.
Sorry, I got tied up reading Tristan Thompson's personal life Wikipedia.
Oh, it's probably really juicy.
I literally
A
like
good
blacked out for
scroll.
a second. well, he named his son Theo, and my son's name is Theodore. So I like was like, oh, I didn't know that Chloe had that baby name, and it was a result of an affair. So not Chloe's child.
Not
That was
hers.
so
Got it.
totally my bad. Um, I mean, I who is the Australian young?
Travers.
Okay, that's like who all of the
Nick's gonna be mad at you.
I was gonna say that's like who all of the Goondians I know talk about is that guy. And I remember going to a game in person last year, and they were like, "Oh my God, he's playing, he's so hot, he's so this." I was like, who is that?
He's an Australian with a mullet. And
I
he's
don't. Yeah,
fucked.
I was
He
like
has a
him.
mustache too, I think,
He
right?
does. He does.
I was
He's got
like,
a
yeah.
dirty little blonde
Pretty sure he
mustache.
also has a barbed wire tattoo,
I
so
think he
the
does.
guy is so interesting.
I was like, what are we considering?
Okay, so we need to get Travers and Bazana to figure.
Yeah.
I feel like the Cavs just they like Australia. There's
And
after-
Tyrese Proctor.
Oh,
Tyrese
yeah,
Proctor's
that-
Australian
Is
too.
he?
Is he really?
Oh,
Yeah.
wow,
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
They need to have a little crossover like that because I saw that Daniel Schneemann and Sam Merrill, they had a little their kids have little hangouts.
Aw,
The Mormons. Oh my
I
gosh,
know,
that's
I
amazing.
That's
Oh my God, I
so
love
cute.
that.
I didn't know that.
Mhm,
Oh
it
my
was really
God,
cute.
that's so cute.
That
Yeah.
kills me.
Yeah, so the Mormons hang out. We need the Australians to
Yep,
all
we
hang
just
out now.
need a little
Right.
I did
I
not
love
realize.
Aussies.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's funny. We have two Aussies on the
yeah.
Cavs with Proctor and Travers.
I did not
And
know
yeah,
Proctor
Travis
was an
Bazzana.
Aussie.
Oh yeah. I knew he was Australian. I think when they drafted him, I was like, "Oh wow." And then I heard them interviewing him during preseason. I completely forgot. I was like, "Oh yeah, he's Australian. He has that accent." So, yeah, I love Aussies.
Oh, good. I'm glad
It
they
probably
got.
just goes back to Delhi.
Yeah.
He just
Yes.
ignited my love for Australian athletes.
I
we need to have an
love
Australian
Delhi.
on the team at all times.
Yeah. The Cavs are not whole unless
It's like a superstition.
Maybe that's what the Browns are missing. Maybe they just
they
need
need
an
an
Aussie
Aussie.
player. Maybe that'll break the curse,
No, we had
honestly.
a Scottish.
The
That's we had
punter, yeah,
the
the
punter
kicker, the
was
punter's
Scottish.
like a
Oh,
classic Aussie or
Yeah.
like
Yep.
rugby type person.
He's
Like
with the
they're
The
Giants now, I
Scottish
think.
Hammer. That's right.
Yeah, the Scottish Hammer.
Jamie Gillan. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
He was a
Wow, I
wild
forgot
one.
about him.
No, we need to keep our current punter. What the hell? God, I love his name too, and I'm
Bajorquez.
completely
Yeah, he's like the best
Bajorquez.
player on the team.
Literally.
Besides
God,
Miles,
he's
No,
so
like
obviously,
good.
yeah,
actually,
but like
he
If
is the best player at his
if you put a
position, I
gun to
think, in
my
the
head
entire
and make
league,
me
next to
buy
Miles
another
Garrett.
Browns jersey, I would buy a Bajorquez jersey.
that's
Every
actually
time,
like a very funny thing to do is buy like the kicker's jersey, the punter's jersey. That's like always
Or
a
like
really
the long
good.
snapper.
It's like a really
he's
good gimmick. Yeah.
good.
I
He
He's
I
is. He's
know.
pretty good.
We
But
should-
he's literally like the best player that we have.
yeah. He
Not me
can.
saying we, as if I care what they do. But
I'm literally wearing a brown shirt, right? Well, Flacco, womp. But yeah, I'm wearing a brown shirt right now.
Yeah,
But
buying a Browns shirt with the quarterback on it was the worst mistake you made because it's literally useless.
okay, so this was actually this is the Flacco round find out shirt that GV made a couple years or like 2 years
Oh,
ago.
yeah.
And they last year had a blind bag where you paid $30, you picked a size, and you got 3 t-shirts.
oh,
They
nice.
they tossed it in a bag, and I'm like done. So I got this one when Flacco was not on the team. I got it last year. I got an Ahmed Rosario shirt, and I got a Kent State shirt.
I
Oh
think
my
the embed one is the
gosh.
most on it.
That's so
So the
funny.
best part of that med shirt, I was flying out of the airport. And now, granted, remember, I live in Virginia. I live outside of DC. I do not live in Cleveland. I was wearing that shirt when I was flying out, and the TSA agent pointed at me really excitedly, and he's like, "I am Ahmed." He got so excited. I'm like,
At least someone liked it.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like, exactly. Because it said, "Can I get an Ahmed" on it? That was the shirt.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
He was
Wow.
pumped. And I'm like, I'm glad I made your day, man, by wearing my Ahmed Rosario shirt that 3 years after the fact.
And after another digression into baseball, Sarah, is there any other NBA points that we should make?
No, honestly, I was thinking we could probably start wrapping up. So
That's what
whatever,
I was like,
yeah,
we're
whatever
getting
probably at
you
we're
that
want,
going
time.
off track
take it away,
I
again.
know.
Kels. Let's end the episode on it.
Well, thank you. I think we're going to go ahead then and wrap up this Cavs Focus episode of Caught Lookin'. A huge thanks to Gab for hanging out and talking with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, guys.
Of course. We'd love to have you on anytime. So the Cavs ship off their season this Wednesday, October 2nd, 22nd against the Knicks. Boo, hiss. But we can't wait to see how the team does this year. Whether you are here for the hot takes, the heartbreaks, or the home runs, or the buzzer beaters, I suppose. Don't get caught looking. Thanks, everybody.
Go Guards, go Cavs.
Go Guards, go Cavs.